Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aldina and I am the creator of Divinely Healing. And today I kind of just wanted to talk about the importance of focusing on yourself and taking your power back. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because I have been a huge, and I mean huge, people pleaser my entire life. And after so much reflection and after going through very difficult relationships, I realized that I was focusing so much on other people and I was neglecting myself because I was running from myself. It's like I was procrastinating to really dig deep inside of myself to see what issues were really coming up for me and what patterns were all around me. And I kept ignoring myself, but I had so many people come into my life that were just a mirror for that. They were a reflection. And all the lessons that I learned by being around these people and dealing with them just showed me how important it was that I focus on myself and that I nurture myself. If you had asked me 5 years ago what the worst thing someone could call me was, I would say selfish. I was so afraid of being seen as a selfish person, and I cannot tell you why. I don't know why this fear of being selfish was instilled inside of me, but I thought it was the worst thing to be selfish. And now I can see that that is so far from the truth. And I don't mean that, you're perfect and that you have nothing to work on and that you should be a narcissist and that you should step on people to get to where you want to be and be a mean person. But I just mean selfish in the way that you know what you deserve, you love yourself, and you're always going to choose yourself. Because again, at the end of the day, the only person that you truly have for the rest of your life is yourself. And when you start focusing on yourself and you stop running away from the person that you are, you're able to take your energy back. And now doors start opening for you because you have chosen yourself, because you're walking away from the people and the things that are holding you back from your full potential. So I want you to take some time and I want you to reflect and think about why it is that you put so many people on a pedestal and why you place so many things above you and think that everything is more important than you. Why are you hiding from yourself? What are you trying to run away from that's within you? And why are you avoiding the work that needs to be done? The more that you avoid yourself, the more that you avoid your trauma and your pain and whatever it is that's deep within you in your subconscious, it's just going to keep being reflected to you in other people and in other situations. And I promise you, you will keep attracting the same kind of people into your life until you've fully learned the lesson. When I was at these low points in my life, I was surrounded by the same people. And when I say the same, I mean very similar qualities. They treated me in a very similar way. They made me feel just down and not myself and like I was below them. And I kept attracting people like that into my life for so long just being a complete people pleaser and attracting the same kind of person over and over again, just in a different body. And all of these people were just a reflection of how I was treating myself, and the fact that I was running away from myself because I don't know, I was afraid of what I was going to really truly face when I started digging deep. I was afraid of the person that I really was. And I kept putting it off until I finally was like, I cannot put this off anymore. And I cannot live this way anymore. And I want you to know, and this is really important, and this is not just for focusing on yourself and whatever, but this is for pretty much every situation in your life. The universe will never allow you to have peace or be comfortable in any position that you're not supposed to be. So you will keep suffering. You will keep being very uncomfortable and very unhappy because you're in a place where you're not supposed to be. Okay? All of my relationships were very difficult. I had to put in, so much work to make them work. And I was miserable doing it. And it was like constantly just so hard all the time. And I was so unhappy. And I'm telling you this because it was just like right there. It was in my face, but I just kept ignoring it because I kept ignoring myself. Because I wasn't listening to myself. And I kept thinking that this was it for me. It wasn't going to get better. This was normal. This was how all of my relationships were. So this was probably what relationships were like. And all of those relationships that I saw and that I read about that were loving and nurturing and a way to grow and be yourself, that was just fantasy and that did not exist. And so I just let it happen. But you don't have to let it happen. You can step in for yourself and you can stand up for yourself. And I think that's the important part here. So when you're focusing on yourself and you're taking your energy back, you know what it is that you deserve and don't deserve. And you're not willing to settle for less than you deserve. And so when you start focusing on yourself and you're getting to this place where you know you're feeling better, you know you're doing better, right? Things are just flowing in a better way for you and it's just more natural and more easy for you. You then have to learn how to ground yourself and to protect your peace, because you cannot let just anything and any person affect your entire life, affect your inner world and the way that you feel about yourself. It's so easy to just react to anything that happens. It's so easy to be irritated by anything and to be angry and to be sad. It's easy to do that because that's what you're used to, especially if you've lived like that your entire life. That is a feeling, a position, a mental state, a physical state even, that you and your body and your brain are completely used to. And so it's easy for you to do that. It is very hard to stay cool in any situation. It is very hard to keep your peace. But when you know what that peace feels like, you know how valuable it is. And so you will do what is necessary to keep that peace for yourself all the time. And anyone that is saying that you can change everything overnight and that you can be a different person overnight and heal yourself so fast is lying to you and is just writing that for clickbait or something like that, because anyone that has been through something very difficult and has gotten themselves through it knows that it takes a lot of effort and that it takes a lot of patience and compassion for yourself. these things do not happen overnight. The journey is a journey that lasts forever. You're just constantly going through these different cycles all the time. Death and rebirth, death and rebirth. And you can be stuck in these cycles when you don't learn the lesson. It's just repeated to you over and over again until you finally break the cycle and you decide to do something differently. So this journey does not end, but it is a beautiful journey. It is. And there are going to be a lot of times where things do not work out the way that you want them to or that you think they're going to, but that is okay because they're working out the way that they're supposed to. No matter what you think your life is going to turn out like, sometimes, most of the time, there might just actually be something better in store for you. So take this journey for what it is and turn inward to figure out yourself, to come back home to yourself. Because somewhere along the way, you lost yourself. And instead of coming back to yourself, instead of taking the time to welcome yourself back, you decided to focus on other people because you were afraid, because you thought that you were supposed to, because you didn't want to be selfish. But don't feel guilty for focusing on yourself, for taking your power back, and for standing up for yourself and knowing what it is that you deserve from this life. And don't worry so much about the destination, but accept the journey and the new situations that come into your life, the new people that come into your life, and be so firm in who you are that nothing can shake you, nothing can change the way that you love yourself and the way that you feel about yourself. There are going to be so many things that are not going to be something that you would like or are not going to be a positive experience. In fact, they're going to be a more negative experience, but know that it is for your growth. And know that you do not have to react to everything, but that you can center yourself, and then when you feel that the time is right, you can respond. But you do not owe anything to anyone. You owe it to yourself to live a life that you are happy to live, and to be in relationships that you are happy to be in, and to be in places that you are happy to be in. So what are you running away from in yourself? What are you hiding from yourself? Why are you so afraid to come back home to yourself? Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.